want to tell you about a moment when all of humanity spoke the same words, until everything changed in an instant. I'm here in my study, surrounded by ancient texts and modern translations, and today we're going back thousands of years to explore one of the Bible's most fascinating stories. It comes from Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 through 9, set in a world still recovering from the Great Flood. This is the story of the Tower of Babel, and it might just change how you think about language, ambition, and what it means to be human. So here's where we start. After the flood, humanity shared something remarkable: one language and one set of words. Think about what that means for a second. No translators needed, no misunderstandings, no lost in translation moments. When someone had an idea, everyone could understand it immediately. Humans began to migrate eastward and eventually found a plain in the land of Shinar. Flat, fertile, perfect for settling down. They looked at this place and saw possibility. For people who had been wandering, this felt like home. And when humans feel at home, they start dreaming big. The people gathered and someone said, and I'm paraphrasing here, "Let's build ourselves a city, and not just any city. Let's build a tower so tall its top reaches the heavens." Now, cities back then meant something specific. They meant walls for protection, markets for trade, a place where your children could grow up safe. But this tower? This was about something more. They said, "Let's make a name for ourselves so we won't be scattered across the earth." Think about that. They wanted recognition, sure, but underneath, fear. So they channeled that fear into the biggest construction project the world had ever seen, and they had the technology to try. Now let's talk about how they actually built this thing. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." Instead of using stone, they invented a better way. They made bricks from clay and baked them until they were hard. And instead of mortar, they used bitumen, basically ancient asphalt. This was cutting-edge technology for the time. And it worked. The tower started rising, floor by floor, brick by brick. When everyone speaks the same language and shares the same goal, progress happens fast. One person mixes clay, another shapes bricks. Someone else fires them in kilns. The city grows. The tower climbs higher. The momentum is intoxicating. But then, and this is where the story shifts, God comes down to see the city and the tower. When the text says God came down, there's something almost ironic about it. This tower that's supposed to reach heaven, God still has to come down to see it. It's a reminder of scale, of perspective, of how even our biggest achievements look different from above. God says, if as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. This isn't about the tower being too tall. It's about unlimited power without wisdom. So God does something that changes everything. God confuses their language. Suddenly, in the middle of construction, words stop making sense. Imagine you're handing someone a brick and asking for mortar, but they hear something completely different. Plans that everyone understood yesterday are incomprehensible today. The construction stops. It has to. You can't build together if you can't understand each other. Frustration grows. People cluster with those who speak their new language. They pack up. They move away from each other, spreading across the earth, exactly what they were trying to prevent. The tower stands unfinished, and this place gets a name: Babel. So what's the lesson here? Well, there are a few. First, unity is powerful, but unity without humility can become dangerous. When we're so convinced our way is the only way, we stop listening. Second, diversity isn't a punishment. Those scattered people became the foundation of different cultures, traditions, and perspectives that make humanity fascinating. Different languages forced us to develop empathy, creativity, and curiosity. Third, ambition needs wisdom. Building big is great. Building together is beautiful. But we need to ask ourselves, why are we building? I think about this story often, sitting here in my study. We live in a world with thousands of languages, and yes, that can be frustrating, but those thousands of languages represent thousands of ways of seeing the world. So use your words wisely. Build bridges, not just towers, and stay curious about the languages you don't yet speak. Because understanding each other, that's still the most ambitious project humanity has ever attempted. The Tower of Babel started with unity and ended with diversity. What began as a story about confusion became a story about possibility. Thank you for joining me in my study today. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep building bridges, and keep listening.
Join me as I tackle the challenge of building my own Tower of Babel and see what happens when I push the limits of creativity and engineering. Imagine a world where humanity comes together to build a monumental structure that reaches the heavens. A skyscraper of unprecedented scale, a marvel of modern engineering that showcases human ingenuity and ambition. This is the concept of the Tower of Babel, a biblical story that has fascinated people for centuries. But what if we were to attempt to build it today? Humanity faces numerous challenges in communication, collaboration, and ambition that parallel the biblical story. We've all experienced the frustration of working on a group project, only to have miscommunications and differing opinions hinder progress. Our globalized world is home to over 7 billion people, each with their own language, culture, and values. Can we really come together to achieve a common goal? The sheer scale of the project would require unprecedented levels of cooperation and collaboration. Thousands of workers from diverse backgrounds would need to work together seamlessly, speaking a common language and sharing a unified vision. And then there's the issue of resources. Would we be able to allocate the necessary funds, materials, and expertise to make it happen? As we explore the possibility of building the Tower of Babel today, we must consider the social implications. How would such a structure affect the local community, the environment, and the global economy? Would it become a symbol of human achievement or a monument to our hubris? The technological challenges are just as daunting. Our current engineering capabilities would be pushed to the limit, and we'd need to develop new materials and techniques to support the structure's massive weight and height. And what about the environmental impact? Would we be able to mitigate the effects of such a large-scale project on the surrounding ecosystem? As we reach the pivotal moment where humanity either succeeds or fails in this grand endeavor, we're forced to confront the ethics of our actions. What does it mean to build something that reaches the heavens? Are we attempting to play God, or are we simply pushing the boundaries of human potential? The implications of building such a monumental structure today are far-reaching and complex. As we consider the possibilities and challenges, we're reminded of the importance of humility, cooperation, and responsible innovation. In the end, the story of the Tower of Babel serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of communication. As we reflect on this thought experiment, we're left with a deeper understanding of the complexities and challenges that come with pushing the limits of human achievement. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of what happens when humanity builds the Tower of Babel. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think would happen if we attempted to build this monumental structure today? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to suggest other topics you'd like me to cover in future videos.
Volume 2, available August 15, 2025 on Amazon. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Children. Color 30 fun designs of inspirational verses and Christian artwork. A beautiful children's coloring book designed to fill your child's mind with the positive words of God's love. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids was designed to be a fun, yet effective way to help children calm their tension. Hand-lettered quotes and adorable hand-designed illustrations will inspire your child as they reflect on God's promises.